recommended. So, first one, عيادة المريض. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on the day of resurrection, He will tell that person who did not visit the sick person, why didn't you do so? يا ابن آدم مرضت فلم تعودني. He said, oh son of Adam, I have got ill, why didn't you visit me? He said, Messenger. I said, oh Lord, how can you get ill when you are the Lord of everything? He said, didn't you know so and so he was ill? If you had to pay him a visit, you would have found me there. So that person who is ill, if you paid him a visit, you'll be found them, you fulfilled your obligation or your rights, the rights of your brother. Also, the visiting of the sick person has many benefits. Number one, you bring happiness and joy to your brother. Well, believe me, once the person who is ill, especially the one who's really in deep illness and they are on their own. Some people, they are really persist to be on their own, but that is not going to help them. Some people, they don't want to, tell the privacy. The privacy of the illness and the sick is very, very, doctor, isn't it? It's a very senior matter, it's a serious matter. Doctor will be taking his license away from him if he's disclose the privacy of and because of this, they don't want to tell anybody that he's ill. Why? Why do you want to deprive yourself from the dua of everybody? Why? Why do you deprive yourself from those people when they come? They will lift up your morals and your mashallah, people to visit you. So the first thing that the person, when he does, is that he will enter joy into his heart. وَمِنْ أَحَبِّ الْأَعْمَالِ إِلَى اللَّهِ أَنْ يُدْخِلَ الرَّجُلُ السُّرَّ فِي قَلْبِ أَخِيهِ. From the most beloved acts in the sight of Allah is to make a joy, happiness to enter the heart of a brother. Secondly, is to gain the reward. The reward of visiting the sick is a mighty reward. Prophet ﷺ, he said that if the person visits his brother when he's ill, then he will be staying into the harvesting of Jannah, paradise, as long as he is there. Another hadith, if he visits him in the morning, 70,000 angels will be invoking forgiveness for him until the evening. If he visits him in the evening, 70,000 angels will be invoking forgiveness for him until the following morning. Subhanallah. Lots of hadith regarding the benefit of the reward of the person that he is to visit the ill person. Also, that you are making the person who is ill to feel that his matter concerns you. It's not like he gets ill, well, we don't care about him anyway. So it is actually, it's a matter of to say that to the person who's ill, that your illness concerns me, and that's why I'm coming to visit you. And that's the Prophet, he said, مَثَلُ الْمُؤْمِنَ فِي تَوَدِّهِمْ وَتَرَاحُمِهِمْ. The believers in example of their love and affection and having mercy on one another, كَمَثَلِ الْجَسَدِ الْوَاحِدِ. Just like the what? One body. If one limb aches, the whole body aches for the sake of what? To help that limb on its own by what? Sahar wal humma, making the person awake, and also the fever. That wakeness and a fever is for the sake of one limb. Could be a toothache. Look, whole body, for just one tooth is hurting you, the whole body gets together. And that's how it's supposed to be, the believers with each other when somebody gets ill. Now, so many people, they don't really visit, and they don't do that visit. Except for very few. Why? What's the reason? I think it's lack of iman. Lack of, he's a Muslim by name, but it's not Muslim, subhanallah. And number two, lack of knowledge. Number three, the environment, ya akhwan. When you live in an environment where it's like, I call it zombies, nothing one another. Zombies. You read about zombies. It's a land of zombies. Nobody knows each other. When you go to the tube, I went to the tube once, not YouTube, I'm talking about train and YouTube and tube and but some people, they don't really look at each other. If you smile to somebody, it's like saying to you, why are you smiling to me? Subhanallah. And you Muslim, when you go like this and bust, Assalamu alaikum, Assalamu alaikum, Assalam. But we're slowly becoming like them as well. Slowly becoming like them.
You give salam, they look like, why you give me salam?
And you only give salam to the person whom you know. No. And the Prophet of Allah, he said, this is from the signs of the day of resurrection. And also, preoccupied by the dunya. He's got no time. His time is valuable, not because he wants to visit people. No, because he wants to make money. Akhi, don't talk to me. It costs you money. Each person has got his own clock for timing. Like the solicitor, he's got an increment of 6 minutes. Every 6 minutes is a unit. You have to pay for such and such money. Yeah, 6 minutes. The solicitor, 6 minutes. Okay. So how many 6 minutes are going to take? They charge you by that. Oh, yes. Ask me, I know about that. Also, they don't really pray the Jama'ah. When they don't pray the Jama'ah prayer, you don't know who's ill, do you? So if you come to the Jama'ah regularly and one person is not there, oh, where is Abdullah? I've been seeing him for a long time. Oh, he's an ill. Where is such and such? Oh, because you missed him. He's not there because you've seen him in Salat al-Jama'ah. Prophet ﷺ used to visit even the kafir. A Jewish boy who was working for him used to serve him, and he visited him, the Prophet ﷺ. And he visited him as well to remind him about Islam. Aslim! Embrace Islam. This is the visit to remind that person that, make Islam. And I paid a visit to a kafir person in the hospital, and I told him, Islam, Islam. Kept telling him. And he's listening, still listening. Some people might take the word. Like one person I know, he's Abdurrahim Green, he's a da'iyah, mashallah, and he has been calling his father for a long, long time, until when he was in his bed dying, he said, Ashhadu la ilaha illallah, ashhadu Muhammad Rasul. Last moment. So alhamdulillah that Allah gave him that power to say the shahada. Don't say that, he said it out of... Abu Talib, he was on his deathbed. Prophet of Allah wants la ilaha illallah from him. He said, I will take it, khalas. Just say la ilaha illallah. So that person could say it. Some people doesn't want to say it, like Abu Talib. Also from the etiquettes of visiting the sick person, number one, choose the right time. Choose the right time. So it would be better to choose, even to go through the time of visitors. Don't come really late unless he asks you to come. So bear in mind the visiting time in the hospital. Also to seek permission, seeking permission to take. And if you don't being given permission because he doesn't want you to see you, doesn't want you to see him in that state. So some people I know that when they struck with like a heart attack or something like this, they ban anybody to come and visit them. Do you know why? Because he doesn't want to break his ego. Allah musta'an. He doesn't want people to see him in that status when he's weak. He was strong all the time. Subhanallah. If you think like this, you're not a machine, you're a human being. Prophet of Allah is stronger than you, but he got ill. He couldn't even lift the quilt away from him. Okay? Aisha has to help him with the siwak. She couldn't hold. Okay? So he had a handkerchief on top of him because they take the temperature. I can't even take that towel from him. So you think he's stronger than the Prophet? Break that ego. Put that aside. You want the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also, when you sit down in a place where you don't see his aura. Sometimes the ill person, he doesn't know is something covered or not covered. Cover it for him. Don't expose his aura. Okay. And also, if you have some family of his women, please don't stay there because the women, they want to accommodate. They want to see their father or their wife, or husband. Allah, He knows. يَعْلَمُ خَائِنَةَ الْأَعْيُنِ وَمَا تُخْفِي الصُّدُورِ. He knows what the eye looking inside. He knows. Allah Azza wa Jal. Also, when you come to the person, please give him words of encouragement. Don't say to him, I could see you dying, brother. Oh my God, your color is changing. You're purple. The person never seen his face. And you thought he was purple and he's dying. Give him word of encouragement. Also, we say that give him the dua, the ruqyah. The ruqyah without him asking. رب الناس أذهب الباس واشفي أنت الشافي لا شفاء إلا شفاء وشفاء لا يغادر سقما. Say that 3 times. أسأل الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم أن يشفيك 7 times. لا بأس طهور إن شاء الله حمى. لا بأس طهور إن شاء الله. Also بسم الله أعوذ بالله قدرته. He will say it 7 times. بسم الله 3 times. أعوذ بالله 7 times. All of that. Also, you could tell the person who's ill that Allah Azza wa Jalla wants to test you and He loves you. Allah loves you. Tell him that, he will love that. When he says Allah loves you, that means, oh Lord, give me more disease. No. But the disease came to you, you should say that this is a test, a trial. The more iman that you have, the more test and severe the pain will be. And that's why the prophets get double pain. Double, all the time, double. Double illness. Because they are the prophets. Prophet of Allah said, any pricking thorn that you get, it will be a sin expiation and a reward being given. لا من المسلمين يشاك بشوكة فما فوقها. So just a prick and thorn. Anything above that, Allah will give him reward and remove as well as sin from him. As for the person who's ill and he says, well, I can't do my ibad I've been doing, say, don't worry. The counter is still there. Don't worry, give him encouragement. That counter is there. Because the Prophet ﷺ, he said that Allah Azza wa Jal, He will He will command the angels when إذا مرض عبدي إذا مرض العبد, if the person gets ill or he travels. Because he travels as well, he can't do the ibadah he used to do when he's a resident. قال الله, Allah would say to his angels, اكتبوا لعبدي ما كان يعمل صحيحا مقيما. Whatever my slave used to do while he was healthy and while he was also resident, write it down. So he used to do qiyam, write it down for him. Even he doesn't do qiyam. Subhanallah. So that's a word of encouragement. Best gift you can give to the person who is ill, best gift for me, is that, especially the person who can't make wudu with water, a brick. Yes, a brick or a tile. Don't break his head with it. No. Tile, you could put it for him, so you could Bismillah. That's why all the time I always bring him, because you're going to bring sand. No, it's not going to be sand. Sand is not going to be good as well. So tile, just a clean tile. So he could put his hand and teach him. Some people, they think that if they are ill, they are in holiday. There's no prayer for them. No, as long as this is working, you have to make the prayer. Yes, you can't do it standing up, sitting down. You can't do it sitting down on your side. You can't do it sitting. So you have to do the prayer as long as you're functioning. Also from the etiquettes as well, that don't give this hypocrisy of this visit. Some people, they bring presents, Akhwani. And these presents made it really so difficult for the ones who can't afford to bring a present to visit the sick person. I can't come to visit him while my hand is empty. Isn't it true or not? It became a habit. I can't visit him while my hand is empty. I have to have a box of chocolate and I have to have okay. And this box of chocolate, if some people can't afford it, they will keep it with them and wait for somebody to get ill to go and give it to that person. Once I got a box of chocolate a long time ago, and it was expired a year before that, because it was passing through to other people, came to me. From one person to another person. Wallahi, it was 1 year expired. But the expiry date, you can't read it properly. I read it myself. Subhanallah. So this is hypocrisy, visit Ikhwani. Also, we say to the person, who can't, how he doesn't know how to pray, teach him the tayammum, teach him to combine the prayer as well, teach him doesn't have to make wudu if he can't make the wudu, teach him all of that, but remind him the prayer. Also, do not make a frequent visit unless he asks you for that, because frequent visit maybe is too much for him, and do not stay for a long time, because some of the patients, they want to pass wind, and he's embarrassed to pass wind while you are next to him. Okay? So keep away from it. Say salam. So if you feel him like he's not stopped talking to you, that means he want to do something. But he can't do it while you're present. And he can't leave because he's ill on the bed. So make it light unless he asks you.